What's going on, Playboy? What's up? Everybody, do me a favor, hit the like button and then type right down in the comment section, JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig, JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig, JBTP.
Good morning, and thank you all for coming. We're here today to take another step forward on the path to strengthening the relationship between the Louisville Metro Police Department and the people they serve every day.
Ha!
Between the Louisville Metro Police Department and the people they serve every day.
Starts with the bullshit.
This work is essential.
It's not essential. We don't need cops. We need rights protectors.
To reducing violent crime and improving public safety, which are the greatest responsibilities of our city government.
But they're not. You're lying.
Crucial to doing that work effectively is earning the trust of the public,
which you have lost and continue to lose day in and day out.
And to do that, we have to provide and demonstrate accountability.
But you don't have any accountability. We see it time after time after time again.
And that applies to everyone in Metro government, including me, and particularly to our police department. We ask our officers to risk their lives.
But you don't. Everything's about officer safety. Every single thing they do is for their safety and not ours. You don't ask officers to risk their lives. You ask them to make sure they don't go in where the kids are being shot for officer safety.
We also ask them to uphold the highest standards of conduct, particularly when it comes to respecting the rights of Louisvillians. The overwhelming majority of officers do an outstanding job.
That is absolute bullshit. If the overwhelming majority of good officers do an outstanding job, then we would see more videos like the woman who grabbed the lieutenant and pulled him off of beating a guy in torture cuffs in the back of a cage. We don't see that. Every single person in this room has seen the video of the woman pulling the pig off of the guy in shackles. So the majority of them are not good. Because if that video goes viral to China and back, it's because it never happens. Because they're inherently jackboot thug pigs. They're there to serve JBTP. That's what they're doing there. They're not there to help us at all. They're there to make money. And whatever it takes for you to go home safe at the end of your shift, brother, you know it.
Of meeting that standard every day and every night. They bring honor to the badge.
Ugh.
Through millions of interactions with people of our city.
Hey, dude, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. If you don't have a trifold right now, you might be getting one because it only has to happen to you one time. I say to call in every day at DLZ Clips. You know, we have to sell products for us to stay afloat because you can't get any money. YouTube's going to cut you off. All the social media companies will cut you off. You don't get to show cops abusing people and make money. So we have an online store. We sell trifolds. And Colin and I were talking from DLZ Clips the other day and saying, man, you know, I think we probably sold a trifold to all of our DLZ team. And I said, new team members are coming every day because the cops brag about they have millions of touches every day with the citizens. So I say, okay, if there's 1 million touches with the citizens, every day the pigs are sending 500,000 people my way. If you don't have a trifold, go to DeleteLawz.com. Get one of your trifolds right here. Plead the Fifth Amendment immediately. Watch my videos on how to use it. Keep doing it, pigs. Keep doing it. You're sending me business. It's unbelievable. The cop sucking in this video is atrocious.
At the same time, we know that unfortunately and tragically, there have been exceptions to that. We have seen some.
It's just a few bad apples.
Instances of individual officers who made decisions that went against the fundamental principles of public service and public safety.
No. Of decency, of humanity, putting a gun in someone's mouth and shooting them through both cheeks, sodomizing them with sex tools, waterboarding people because there's no accountability in policing, and then giving them immunity with qualified immunity. It's unbelievable.
And that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
So as a city and as a city government, we have to understand what happened in those cases and respond appropriately to maintain the public's trust and to ensure that corrective actions are taken so failures are not repeated. That hasn't always happened at LMPD.
No, bro, put a 1 in the chat if that hasn't happened at any PD, at all PDs, at every police department across America. Accountability is not happening at your local. Tell me this. How about this? Instead of that, in your local police department, are you getting accountability? If you're getting accountability, put a 2 in the chat. If you're getting not accountability, put a 1. At your local PD, I don't care if you're from Shittsville, Kentucky, or if you're from big city, Chicago. Are you getting accountability from the pigs where you live? Just put a 1 in the chat. If you're not getting accountability, put a 2 in the chat if you are. You're not. No one is. Nobody is. It's across the board. This is Kant's categorical imperative. That's what this is. My will be done across the world. I talk about this all the time about the philosopher Kant, who wrote A Social Contract. He said that you can do anything you want as long as whatever you do, everybody else can do the same thing. So if I want to take this bottle and throw it out in the street because I don't want the bottle in my studio anymore, I can just throw it out in the street. That's okay. But then everybody can. So there's 1 million bottles in the streets. Is that going to work out for society? So that's what they're doing. They're using Kant's categorical imperative across all cop shops in America. There's zero accountability across all cop shops in America. Your will be done. It's this way across every single pig shack in America.
That's why reforming and improving this department has been a top priority for me and our new chief of police since we were both sworn in earlier this year. She and I took our oaths knowing the United States Department of Justice report on its investigation into DOJ was coming. We also knew that we weren't going to wait for that report to be complete or anything else to begin to take action.
Oh, yeah?
And we haven't waited.
Okay.
From our first day in office, we've been working to make it clear to everyone in our city, officers and residents, that there is a new leader at LMPD.
Ha!
There is a new culture.
Oh, is there?
And there are new policies that put accountability front and center.
So then you changed the Terry policies of detainment? You change that? There's no more detainment policy? Because that's the big one. You got rid of Pennsylvania versus Mims there, where you don't have to get out of the car when ordered out of the car. You change that so people can stay in their car? I mean, they're just driving down the road. They did a code violation. That's cool, but they don't want to get out of their car. Give me my ticket and I'll just go. You change that? Because that's change. You, as the new leader, the new liar, you're the new liar, bro. You're the new JBTP. That's who you are. You're going to sit up there and shine us on and say, there's new leadership here. Okay, cool. Did you change the policy that your pig can order me out of the car and I have to get out? Did you change your detainment policies that I don't go in torture cuffs? That would change a lot. But you sitting up there and saying, I'm the new leader, bro, you look like a beta male cuck to me, bro. You look like a beta male cuck. I hate to say it.
The work of implementing those policies began in January and continued after the DOJ released its report on its investigation in March. As you may recall, the DOJ report included information about 63 specific incidents from previous years.
Yeah, those are only the ones that we can register up and tally up. It's every single day. The policies and procedures of law enforcers, not peace officers, of law enforcement, they'd walk around just foaming at the mouth that they are a law enforcer.
That involved possible officer misconduct.
Every day there's misconduct by these pigs. You guys put people in shackles during a detainment to the woman you did yesterday to her kid. And then you say, no, don't worry. He's just being detained. As though putting me in shackles and taking my freedom and putting me in the back of a cage. And I'm just supposed to go, oh, I'm just being detained. Oh, okay. You have decided this policy and procedure is perfectly acceptable. And we as free Americans are saying, no, it's not. It is not acceptable that you're allowed to torture cuff me and put me in a cage. That is not acceptable. You're losing all of us. And all we have to do is see another person go through it. And you're up here bullshitting that you're a new leader?
We asked for and received additional information about these specific incidents.
Bruh, stop with the bullshit. It's every single day in every single county, city, borough, district, state, Guam. It's everywhere.
From the Department of Justice so that it could be disclosed to the public. We are aware of no other police department in the country that has taken this step.
What? Of saying you have 68 independent and specific incidents? They all do that. They all say the same bullshit you are. It's only these specific bad people within here. Forget the other guy who was holding him down as he was punching him. He doesn't count. But if you and I held someone down while another guy punched him, we'd be charged.
We released many documents about those incidents in May and also announced that the chief would be looking into the portion of those incidents that
he keeps on, you know what? It's just driving me nuts. He keeps on sugarcoating it. He keeps on nutbagging it. He keeps on putting everything in a sock. These specific incidents with these specific pigs, bro, just where from you are, just south in Mississippi, you had a half a dozen pigs in Rankin County, Mississippi, stringing up black guys. There's a dude down in Mississippi missing his head. In the same area, around the same time, those Rankin County sheriffs were sodomizing two black guys and waterboarding them. And it's not about the race. These 63 incidents, I guarantee you they're not all against black folks. It's that we've given autonomy to jackboot thug pigs who want to come back from wars and relive their Iraq experience. Get dressed up like G.I. Joe loser and raid your house.
It had not been the subject of a professional standards unit investigation. Our chief would get the facts and determine what needs to be done to learn from the past and make sure any misconduct is not repeated.
Any misconduct? Daily it's misconduct. Daily a pig is telling me what to do. Don't stand there. Don't go over there. Don't do this.
As part of this process, today, LMPD will be supplementing the documents already produced with relevant body cam footage.
Can't wait.
So the public can fully understand the circumstances of each incident referenced in the Department of Justice report.
Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead. Put a 1 in the chat if they're going to redact it, edit it, omit it, delete it, alter it, turn the sound off, turn the sound on. They're saying they're going to give the body cams for all of these incidents. Are they going to be all the body cams? Are they going to be the 25 minutes before the incident happened and the hour after the incident? Because that's when the planning for the tyranny begins, and that's when the cover-up for the tyranny is. And then during the incident, when they're doing tyrannical jackboot thug pig things, are you going to have the body cam on the whole time, or is it going to be muted? Or is it going to be, I'm hot?
All of this is part of the ongoing work of reforming and improving LMPD and strengthening trust with the public.
So have you created a file system so that every single citizen can simply access any person's body cam footage for the ongoing period forward, so that the body cam footage is public access? Did you create a third-party agency to collect all the body cam and dash cam footage at the end of every day that the cop cannot turn off? It can never be muted. It can never be turned off. You want to take a dump? Take off your equipment. Go take a dump. We can't, or you know what? Bring it and have that third-party agency omit it so that you can never take off your equipment once you go on. You're always recorded, audio and video. And the camera's not just here. It's on your head. Camera shoots down, camera shoot out. So we can see everything. Put it on a gyroscope around the head. Cameras go down, cameras go out. You are on camera 360 always. And the citizens can tap into it. That's the only way there's ever going to be trust between you and I, pig.
And I want to say that the overwhelming majority of officers have adopted well to the new standards.
What are you talking about? You said you just got there. You just implemented them. And now they've already succeeded? Of course.
They appreciate clear guidance, expectations, and communications.
Clear guidance, they're order followers. Remember that. You're the alpha.
Because they want to do their jobs the right way.
What's the right way? Are you changing the policies of detainment?
And they want their colleagues to do the same.
Oh, we read it in the Mullen Commission. It's available on EliteLaws.com for free. Get the Mullen Commission. If you're new here and you've never been on my channel, go to DeleteLawz.com, get the Mullen Commission. Get it. The good cops really wish the bad cops would stop. They all say it. It's over and over in the Mullen Commission.
As you will soon hear from the chief, there have been instances in which she has determined that severe disciplinary action was necessary for a number of LMPD's 1,000+ officers.
Severe? So they were charged? A grand jury was convened for what they did to human beings?
Terminations have occurred.
I don't give a damn about a termination. I want charges criminally.
And more are pending. The chief will speak to that. Before she speaks, there are a few things, though, to understand about how the process of disciplining police officers works.
Oh, here we go. It's got to be like this, and you don't get to know. We saw that Las Vegas Metro Police Department internal affairs with me. Investigation's closed. We're done here. Thank you for coming. That's what you guys saw it. I have it on video. Investigation's over. We've made our determination. I don't have any feeling in my pinky. No feeling. No feeling in my pinky. Gone. Gone. There's no feeling in my pinky. Sometimes I mess up my keys. You guys see me? I make more errors typing now than I ever have before because my pinky doesn't work. What happened to the guy who did it to me, Jesse Sandoval? That's it. Case is closed. We'll let you know. Let me know what? Nothing. We let you know everything we're going to know now. You know everything. Well, what happened to Jesse Sandoval, the guy who cut off the blood supply to my pinky? And now I don't have any feeling in my pinky. That's it. Case is closed. Thank you. He's saying the same thing here. I'm a new leader. You got to understand, we got some policies and procedures here we do for punishing officers. You got to understand that, right? You got to understand that. You got to understand that, right? Yeah. Flip her over. Hey, we do it a certain way here. Bite down hard.
First, just like we require officers to respect the constitutional rights of residents, officers also have those same rights themselves and are also covered by specific provisions of their collective bargaining agreement.
They have special rights to hurt you.
Additionally, there are several provisions of state law that impact this as well. Some of the officers who've been recommended for disciplinary action are appealing and are just in the early stages of the appeals.
And they have a right to go through the process.
So under Kentucky state law, a law that seems ridiculous, quite frankly, to me, Metro government can release information about officer discipline cases, but neither the chief nor I nor anyone in Metro government can comment on those cases until the entire appeals process is complete.
Yeah, you know what? We feel the same way. Why can't we see the body cam? And how does us seeing the body cam impede on your investigation? How does it mess up your investigation? And we don't get to see all the body cam. You redact it and edit it. You don't get to see what happened the 20 minutes before or the 2 hours after where they plot and plan the murder of James Sheets. We don't know any of those things. I'm hot. But we don't get to see any of those things. How come we don't get to access the body cam footage from our computers? How come we don't get it? Why do you guys get the body cam footage at all? So that makes no sense to us. So since we're bearing our souls here, Piggy, why don't you answer those questions? If you have to create a third-party agency to redact the necessary information to protect people's rights, then that third-party agency should get all the camera footage, and they have no association with the cops. They just are professional editors of people's rights. No collusion at all between pigs and third-party. We don't understand why that doesn't happen now. We don't understand that.
So I ask you to please bear with us. I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating for us, but we are sworn to uphold and abide by the law. That is the law. What I can tell you without violating the law is that severe discipline has been imposed on some of the individuals who are referenced in the DOJ report by name or by conduct.
Okay, great. What is it? What's the severe discipline? What is it? No, what's the severe discipline? What is it? What is severe discipline for pigs?
Again, what we're talking about today is another step in
Wait. Go back. Wait a minute. Stop.
without violating the law is that severe discipline has been imposed on some of the individuals who are referenced in the DOJ report by name or by conduct.
Okay, you can't say anything. You can release the data to a third party, to the news, to state-run media. What is severe discipline? There's a huge disconnect here. We want to know what you're talking about. You said that there's been severe discipline. Is that criminal charges? A grand jury's been convened? What does huge mean?
Again, what we're
Severe.
talking about today is another step in the process of reforming and improving LMPD. There will be many more. The Department of Justice has yet to send us the first draft of the consent decree.
A consent decree is an agreement between the Justice Department and a police department that is under federal investigation.
That is part of the reform process. But as I said, we're not waiting. The people of Louisville and the LMPD officers who are dedicated to doing their job the right way want us to move with urgency in our work to make this the most trained, trusted, and transparent police department in America. And that's what we're here to do. To talk more about the specifics of today's announcement, I'd like to turn things over to our new chief of LMPD, Jackie Gwynn Biller-OL.
Okay. We shouldn't have women cops. Women should not be in charge of men in a militaristic system. There's women who belong being CEOs and belong being in leadership positions in all kinds of places. They don't belong being cops. There was a woman I met in Vegas about 15 years ago. She was a firefighter. I said, "You're a firefighter?" I said, "Pick me up." She picked me up and spun me around, squatted down, picked me up, threw me on the ground. You should be a firefighter. I don't think women should be in charge of men in a militaristic system. Doesn't make me a chauvinist. I think our birth rate is decimated, and this experiment hasn't worked. It has not worked. We've only been doing this since World War II. It hasn't worked.
Chief?
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with women cops. You want to paint me a chauvinist? Go ahead. I don't think that women should be cops, period. Detectives, investigators, CSI, things were being in charge of men. Women are not in charge of men. It's just preposterous. It really is.
Good morning. To our mayor, Mayor Greenberg, to our elected officials who are...
Just that statement alone, women being in charge of men in workplaces is totally normal. Women being in charge of men in a physical militaristic system is just ridiculous.
kindly standing with me today. Councilman Baker and Councilwoman Hawkins, thank you for being here. And to the LMP.
And what kind of education does she have to be in that position, to be in charge? It's just
the executive leadership that is here with me, and to the LMPD officers that will be hearing every word that I say, and to the media that is covering.
So men, I mean, just so you guys know, listen, just so you know, men are different than women. Men do physical combat, and women are now starting to do jujitsu and grappling at amazing levels, but it's just different. We're different. Men who carry guns and are in charge of other men have to take orders from a woman, and I don't think it works. I think it's a broken system. I don't think that works. I think the war between the genders right now, how men are dumb and bad and women are smart and amazing, and that was the Barbie tagline, which was she's everything, he's just Ken. Like, I just don't think this works. It's not going well.
This event today, and to all of the citizens of Louisville, I greet you this morning. On March the 8th, 2023, the Department of Justice released the findings of their investigation.
It's really hard to speak publicly, so I don't want to make fun of her for her speaking, but it's hard to talk publicly in front of lots of people. The job that I do right here is a difficult job. You have to have a skill set to do it.
Investigation to Louisville Metro government and the Louisville Metro Police Department. In their report, The Department of Justice described incidents to support their claims. After their announcement, at the request of myself and my executive command staff, the DOJ provided the Jefferson County Attorney's Office a list of 63 incidents referenced in their findings with identifying report numbers and information. I repeat, at the request of myself and my executive command staff. It should be noted, Louisville is the first city that we are aware of to take the additional step of asking for and receiving this detailed information from the DOJ.
Bullshit. You got put under a dissent decree from the federal government. You didn't take this step. You're getting investigated by the feds for Lou Hankin and first his hooker pimping rape circle that he ran. If you're not unfamiliar with Hank Rankin, who would also kick down the door of Breonna Taylor and murder her in her bed. That's why you're here. You're not here because you took this step. You're not there, lady, because the guy there before you was good. You're there because of the BS you guys have gotten caught on camera doing. You're not there because you're volunteering to all of a sudden be an upright, good person. You're a criminal. You're the enemy of the people. You're the enemy of freedom. You're a dungeon master. You're an executioner. You're a jackboot thug pig.
We wanted to do this to have a better understanding of their
You didn't want to do this. You were forced to do this.
findings and how to develop systems and processes to ensure constitutional policing methods going forward.
She may be literate. She may be able to read. There's a lot of pressure when you're public speaking, so I'll give her a break on that.
On May 26th, Mayor Greenberg and I explained that along with my executive team, LMPD will be reviewing incidents not previously investigated by our professional staff standards unit to determine if any further action was warranted.
Well, listen, I mean, it's not just her that's stupid. It's all of them that are stupid. As long as you have the same policies and procedures of that, you have the right to tell me to get on my knees and lay on my belly and put me in torture cuffs. It's going to go bad. These are these 68 specific incidents. There'll be 68 more. Because I'm not going to lay on my belly and get on my knees. That's not going to happen. And then the jackboot thug pig is going to have his ego hurt because I'm a burly dude and he's going to think I'm challenging him physically. And no, I just don't want to get on my knees. You want me to come with you? I'll go with you. If you're telling me I have to go by law, I'll go. You don't got to put your knees in my neck and put me in torture cuffs. As long as you have those policies and procedures, buy my trifold.
The internal investigations by my executive staff and myself, which were done in the form of a formal review, are complete, and no further formal investigations will occur.
Oh, that's it. Remember the other guy, these specific incidents, and now she's doubling down. We did these investigations. We're looking at these pigs, and that's it.
There have been previous formal investigations on these incidents, and discipline has been imposed on many.
We're not going to tell you what that discipline is. You don't get to know. Trust us. We gave them discipline. We cut their overtime pay. Okay. We did that. They have to go through more training now where they're going to get to dress up like G.I. Joe Loser, practice with their flashbang grenades. Okay. One guy has to do canine training now.
However, the disciplinary process is not complete on all. Since January, I have initiated 32 separate incidents.
These specific incidents only.
Not related to the DOJ report.
Oh, there's 32 more? Could it be there's 32 more because there's no third-party agency to prosecute the jackboot thug pigs? Could it be that there's 32 more because of the policies and procedures of the Supreme Court's racist laws on our country? Is that what it could be? Because they created laws in our country because there's no bill or statute that says you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. That was created by the white supremacist Supreme Court. And look, she's institutionalized.
This demonstrates a culture of self-accountability and correction going forward. Additionally, I have terminated 7 employees and have discipline pending, including several suspensions, 1 demotion, 1 involuntary transfer, and 4 pre-termination hearings.
Nah, she doesn't get a pass. She's an idiot. Okay, but listen to this bullshit line.
Incidents not related to the DOJ report. This demonstrates a culture
of what?
of self-accountability
Of self.
and correction going forward.
Just stop. Just stop it.
Additionally, I have terminated
7 employees.
termination hearings, which could result in a termination or severe suspension.
Severe suspension? You keep your pig license, you get suspended for 3 months or 6 months, then you come back and you're a pig again. And you have qualified immunity, so nothing happens to you legally. You don't lose any money. So why would you change your behavior if you're a sinister jackboot thug pig?
These decisions are not easy. Decisions that have to be made, but as chief, I know that these are necessary actions for the betterment of the department and for the community.
No, you got caught, honey bunny. You're not doing it for the betterment of anybody.
My success is not to be measured on the amount of discipline
My success?
imposed, but by creating a culture for officers who are well-trained
Talks like Kamala Harris, like she's drunk.
and supervised with clear expectations and values. But I do take my job very seriously. And if termination is on the table and must be rendered, it will be done. As stated before, by both this administration and the Department of Justice, the DOJ investigation was initiated to focus on systematic issues indicative of a pattern of practice.
Okay. Systematic would be a system of policies and procedures that are inhumane and barbaric, that Americans don't accept, especially when it happens to us, but even as much when we watch it happen to other fellow Americans.
Of legal or constitutional violations. As the Department of Justice has reiterated in their report, the purpose of their investigation was not to investigate individual officers or reach a conclusion about individual conduct.
It wasn't to investigate what happened to you and the cop who did that to you.
But on May 26, links to the documents, reports, and other information were shared with the community on LMPD's website. This was to provide
So on LMPD's website, so someone pull up that website, LMPD's website. Let's take a look at what they've released on LMPD, and then let me know in the comments, and I'll pull it up.
Transparency and to give more context to the incidents in the DOJ report. At that time, body-worn camera videos related to the incidents were still in process of being redacted to protect the personal privacy of citizens involved. Those redactions are complete, and the videos are now available for
Those redactions are complete.
process of being redacted to camera videos related to the incidents were still in process of being redacted.
The camera video was in the process of being redacted. Got it.
To protect the personal privacy of citizens involved.
Right. Sure thing. You did it. We trust you. We trust that you only edited out the things that we couldn't see. We trust you. You don't have any inherent interest in that edit process. You guys, they would never put a 1 in the chat if you think the cops would alter that footage to benefit them. Just wondering. If you think that, just put a 1 in the chat. If you think the cops would edit that video to benefit themselves. Just wondering, because the process of redaction's been done now. Who did the redacting? Who was it? Who did that? Just wondering.
Those redactions are complete, and the videos are now available for public review on
They tried to redact James Sheets' murder, but we still caught it.
on our website. This information can be found at www.louisville-police.org under the DOJ Community Resources button.
Okay, so you guys got that? DLZ clips, grab that.
Information can be found at www.louisville Louisville-police.org.
Louisville-police.org. Type that down in the comment section so we have that.
Under the DOJ Community Resources button.
Okay. So I'll drop this link for this video right here because I want you guys to be able to get it. And DLZ Clips will put that in the comment section. I just dropped the link down there for you guys if you want to see this entire video. I think we've listened to her enough. I think she's a moron. She signed up for the Death Star. Neither one of them said that they were going to change any policies, procedures, or the way that policing is done in America, which doesn't work. Get on your belly. We're going to stop trying to force people to lay on their belly. Things like that. You know, it's just signal, please. So it's just, you know,